Hello from Cincinnati, or technically Mason, Ohio. I think we've talked about this before, but the Cincinnati Open isn't actually in Cincinnati, but it's in Mason, Ohio. Wow. Today's my first day on the grounds, and as always, I'm adapting. So, this glow or sweat, as you might want to call it, is me adapting to the humidity. I'll be fine tomorrow. But today, we're sweaty. We're a little bit sweaty. But wow. So I was at the Cincinnati Open last year. I only came down for a couple of days and it was for qualifying. So I was here only for the qualifying rounds and I loved the grounds. The grounds were great. I think the way I described it in our tournament guide for the Cincinnati Open was that it reminded me of almost like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids US Open. Like it was a more smaller, compact US Open, very well laid out. I loved the vibe of it. I really enjoyed it. I loved it. Who knew what they could do with an upgrade? You know that feeling when you meet a friend that you knew from high school and you see them again and you're like, whoa, they're hot now. They got money. That's what this feels like. It feels like your hot friend from high school who wasn't hot in high school. They were nice, they were fine, but then they got really hot. That is what this truly feels like. And I mean, they hit it out of the park. I was talking to Nick this morning, and we have always kind of unofficially kind of said Indian Wells is the 1,000 level event in the States. Like it's kind of like been officially our number one tournament. And I think we're going to have to revise that. We're going to have to revise it. I was actually thinking walking on the grounds today when I first came in that maybe Nick and I at the end of the season, we can do maybe a little kind of like poll where, we kind of maybe list some criteria and maybe you guys can help us as well. Like maybe, grounds, like courts, food, all that stuff and just list it and then kind of do like a tier and then at the end, like come up with a number for each tournament. But for right now, on first look, like first day, first impressions, it's been so nice here. They really did, to have 11 months to turn this tournament around. They have done a remarkable job in that endeavor. It is beautiful. If you can see behind me, like the greens, like it is so beautiful. And I saw video before I came here, but in person it's even better. I highly recommend. And it's only been the first day, so let's see what happens. But yeah, so far so good. Today was media day. So today is the second day of qualifying. There are still a few matches going on around the grounds, but pretty much everything is winding down. People are leaving for the day, and today was the last day of qualifying. There was, we're in the Midwest again. For those who don't know, I'm originally from the Midwest, and this is kind of the weather like, it's what the weather is like here. Like it's nice and beautiful, and then all of a sudden there's a major thunderstorm for like 15 minutes, and then it's fine again. So that happened today, but I think they've been able to kind of like wrap up all the matches, and all the qualifiers will have been picked by the end of today for main draw start tomorrow. But then it was also media day. First day of media day for the main, sort of like top players. So that took up a lot of my day. Media day is a lot because, players, we kind of get a schedule for when the players will arrive, but there's a lot of stuff going on for them as well today. So they're not just coming in to talk to sort of quote unquote traditional media. They also have their practices, which are on like show courts where fans can come watch them. Then they have like, all those fun videos that you end up seeing on YouTube and Instagram and whatever. They also have to do that. Then they're doing the tournament media as well. Then they're doing like different broadcasts and stuff. Like I saw Sky Sports here today, so they're doing that. So it's a bunch of little things, and sometimes they run behind. So a lot of times today it was like oh, this player is running behind. And then you have to like sort of, move around your schedule. And even though these grounds, sort of they've expanded, but they're still kind of, compact and well put together. So, but it's not as easy to, even though it's like compact, it still takes a bit to get around places. So you don't always want to sort of like leave the media center and then come back and like do all of that stuff. So it can be difficult. And that's what makes media day tough. I tried to see as much tennis as I could. It was really tough. I did. And, it was nice. I still have to collate to see which of the qualifiers that we recommended made it through. Unfortunately, Priscilla Hahn did not. That was the one match that I actually like really, really watched. When I left the court, she was leading. She was a set up in the second, and then it went to a third, and then she was a break up in the third, and I was like, okay. But no, she lost to Ella Seidel, who, by the way, is so fair and has red hair, and I felt so bad for her in this hot, humid sun. I was like, oh my goodness, I hope you're wearing tons and tons and tons and tons of sunscreen. So yeah, that was the one match I really paid attention to. I was also kind of trying to pay attention to Canada as well, which was tough. But, first day on site is usually like this. You're usually trying to get a handle of where things are, where the shortcuts are to like get from one building to the next, one court to the next. But then once I figure it out, I'm sure I will be fine. But yeah, first impressions, chef's kiss, so good. The practice courts, so much better. Oh my goodness, everything is just like a big upgrade from what it was last year. I think what I'm gonna do is every day, I think I'm gonna focus on one part of the tournament and maybe bring you kind of like an update on that. So maybe one day I'll do practice courts, one day I'll do food, another day I'll do the courts, and kind of break it down that way so that we can kind of talk about those things like in depth and, along with any other thing that happens, because I'm sure something's gonna happen. Did anything impress? I think pre-tournament media is always a fun media day, and I try anyway. My approach to it is when I ask the players questions on pre-media day, it's always fun. So I was talking about the vlogs and all of that, and what I'm going to do in this day one dispatch is I will put all the audio from the pre-tournament media in the write-up of this video of this first dispatch, so you can listen to it. But yeah, all the players are super chill. We had in today Aryna Sabalenka, Sinner, Alcaraz, Venus Williams, who's here on a wild card. Always nice to see her. Who else? I think that, and Iga Świątek. We had Iga as well. That's all I got for you today. Really short and sweet. Can't wait to be back tomorrow. I have a game plan for tomorrow, how I'm gonna like attack the day. And yeah, I will see you again tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a little bit moving around vlog style, or maybe I'll just come to you at the end again. Who knows? We'll see. This is all loosey-goosey. That's how I like to keep it here on Substack. But thanks for joining. If, you're a free subscriber, thank you. Thank you for just listening and subscribing. It's great having you here. And if you would like to support my coffee habit, you can become a paying subscriber. Either way, thank you so much, guys, and I will see you tomorrow.